The topic I elected to speak about contains no parental warnings. It remains unrated. It is graphic. It contains incomprehensible terror, violence of hideous proportions. It involves rape, sexual assault, kidnapping, mutilation, and imprisonment, but yet very much of a day-to-day stress and reality for the many impoverished that do not hold a choice or the golden opportunity to leave. I am a small voice compared to the many. However, I hope to bring a certain awareness to a political injustice and the travesties that are associated with the head of the Lord's Resistance Army, or LRA, and a certain Ugandan guerrilla group headed and led by Joseph Kony. The Lord's Resistance Army is a small dispersed armed group located in Central Africa that originated approximately 26 years ago in Uganda. Although as of late much media and publicity has drawn the attention of members of Congress and influential movie stars, U.S. policyholders and the members of the UN have yet to dedicate effective and necessary humanitarian efforts and involvement to bring an end to the senseless violence. Kony first came to prominence in January 1986 as a leader of a military group which at the time consisted of men. His agenda included raiding local camps and government troops, according to the Old Testament of the Ten Commandments. The people of the village of Alkali believed in him and of him being a blessing. However, little did they know back in 1986 that the tournament was just beginning and would last and continue for more than 26 years. Kony's victories over the government of Alkali earned him an appointment of Minister of State for Pacification of Northern Uganda. However, these victories were short-lived, as Joseph Kony and his military began to commit crimes, stealing cattle, raping women, and slaughtering men. The elders of the village retaliated, which infuriated Kony. He felt betrayed and began to rebel. He massacred 250 people in one night, and then, in 1992, the abductions of children began. Under the cloak in the darkness of night, he kidnaps 44 girls from a local Christian school. He had convinced himself that in order to remain in power, he would use children because they were considered a blank slate in which he can draw and force his ideas upon. With much conflict in Sudan, the Khartoum government began to use Joseph Kony and the LRA and provide him with the arms and guerrilla training necessary for combat. As politics heat up between the countries, Kony saw the need to increase his militia, and in 1994, massive child abductions took place. Children took children from boarding schools at night. Boys were brainwashed and forced into becoming killer child soldiers of Uganda, while girls were forced to become sex slaves and wives. Boys at times had to kill members of their own family just to prove their worthiness and their loyalty, and those that refused could only welcome death, as they were often mutilated and inflicted with dismemberment. In 2005, almost 10 years after the initial assault on the people and the children of Uganda, the International Criminal Court issues an arrest warrant for Joseph Kony for crimes against humanity. The next several years remain quiet until August 2008, where the U.S. declares the LRA a terrorist group and is placed on the U.S. Department of Treasury list, a designation nonetheless which impacts only the assets of known groups. In November 2008, President Bush signs a directive to provide financial assistance and the logistics necessary to the Ugandan government. No U.S. troops are ever involved, only advisors and analysis providing the intelligence, the equipment, and the resources necessary. In May 2010, U.S. President Obama signs into law the LRA Disarmament and Northern Uganda Recovery Act, legislation aimed at stopping Kony. In October 2011, Obama authorizes the deployment of approximately 100 combat-equipped troops to Central Africa to once again provide the intelligence and financial support in assisting the Ugandan government in its efforts to apprehend and bring to justice Joseph Kony. In conclusion, although it would appear as administration has taken small steps to bring in to an end the heinous crimes against the people of Uganda. My question is, why did it have to take the efforts of a not-for-profit organization labeled The Invisible Children, which created a viral debate on YouTube to bring an advocacy to these idiocracies? As of last week, the African Union announces that it will form a 5,000-strong brigade to hunt down Joseph Kony and his LRA members, believed to be hiding deep inside the jungles of Africa. While this news seems promising to the people, projecting an end to the 26 years, why did it have to take so long?